Hey YouTube, Leo here again with another reaction video, and today we're back with another episode of Death Battle. And in today's episode we have Yuji versus Denji. Honestly, don't really have a favorite in this one, which is probably a good thing, seeing as how every character I've rooted for so far has been absolutely decimated. So it's nice going into a fight knowing I'm not going to be disappointed by the end of it. But yeah, if I had to guess between the two of them, I feel like Yuji would have the upper hand, right? Like, other than Denji's chainsaws, I don't know what more he has, where Yuji, like with Sukuna, he can go into the domain expansion, and like I feel like he just has more of a kit to work with, but at the end of the day, I'm good if either of them win. So let's just go ahead and get right into the episode.
Say your prayers!
Fight! Yuji versus Denji.
The Vessel of Sukuna versus the Chainsaw Man.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. If Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong. As his grandfather lay dying, he made Yuji promise to help others and not to die alone.
A promise Yuji would keep by joining.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Yuji Itadori, age 83? What? Okay, so we're going with the older version of Yuji? I guess? I don't know. Weird. Height, okay, occupational, special grade sorcerer. Former vessel of Sukuna. Oh, former. So, okay, yeah. This is... I have only watched the anime. I don't know where they're getting some of this information. Okay. Dislike Sukuna Mahito mass murder. Okay, cool.
Jujutsu High, a school for up-and-coming sorcerers training to rid the world of curses.
Essentially monsters manifested by humanity's fears, hatreds, and anxieties.
Just one problem for Yuji. Unlike everybody else, he didn't have a magical curse technique. Oh no, he had something way worse.
After consuming a cursed finger, like a literal finger, Yuji became possessed by its original owner, the King of Curses, Ryomen Sukuna, the most powerful sorcerer in history.
And Yuji's willpower was the only thing holding Sukuna back from controlling his body, killing everything in sight, and taking over the world.
So Yuji got to know his surly new roommate, and perhaps one day he would show him a kinder, gentler path.
A classic shonen hero's journey if I've ever heard one. Yuji would track down and nosh on the rest of Sukuna's cursed fingers before they caused any more trouble.
Fulfilling his late grandfather's wish to use his strength in service of others, surrounded by friends.
Helps that he's getting a first-rate education from the strongest sorcerer alive today, Gojo.
Gojo would teach Yuji to harness and manipulate the
Okay, cursed energy, physical reinforcement, divergent fist, backflash, reverse curse technique, binding vows, barrier techniques, sure. Blood manipulation, shrine. Does Yuji get blood manipulation?
absolutely absurd amount of cursed energy he inherited from Sukuna.
Cursed energy is basically like evil ki, and Yuji can use it to see invisible curses and enhance his already superhuman strength and martial arts skills he learned from his gramps, making him a monster in close quarters combat.
Yuji knows Taido, a Japanese martial art derived from Okinawan karate. It focuses on agility and flexibility with the inclusion of spins, twists, tumbles, drops, rolls, and fleet footwork,
which he combines with jujutsu techniques like divergent fist. Yuji strikes an enemy so fast that his cursed energy takes a second to catch up, hitting his opponent twice and messing up their rhythm.
By perfecting that timing and applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a hit, Yuji can achieve the Black Flash, increasing the power of his hit by a factor of 2.5. A feat that would require reaction speeds nearly 1,000 times faster than sound.
It's basically impossible to do at will. You're so in the zone when you pull it off that it fully restores your cursed energy and boosts your output to 120%.
Yuji's Black Flashes are so strong in particular, the author himself stated that 5 in a row would have been enough to instantly kill the special grade curse Jogo.
That's actually kind of crazy. I did not know that about the Black Flash technique. I don't know if maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention when they explained it in the anime, or they just didn't explicitly state that. I remember it just being a powerful technique. I didn't realize it was just kind of like a straight up critical move that he could just use like that.
Did this, and this, and this.
How many has Yuji ever done in a row, you ask? 7.
And that's not even
Wow.
the nastiest thing about Yuji's punches.
Because another soul resides in his body, Yuji learned how to target the soul itself, doing damage to opponents who could normally regenerate from his hits.
Yeah, this pink-haired brat was a jujutsu prodigy, perfect for Gojo's dream. You see, it's lonely at the top, and Gojo wanted to train a crop of pupils powerful enough to share the burden of reforming Jujutsu society.
Until one fateful battle when Gojo was sealed away and Sukuna took over Yuji's body. Then proceeded to, well, commit that whole mass murder thing he was always going on about.
Yeah, turns out Sukuna is evil. Like, really, really, totally, completely, irredeemably evil.
You don't say. You don't actually say the King of Curses is evil. Seems like something, who could have seen that coming? No, that's just, it came out of nowhere. Completely blindsided everyone. Absolutely.
And it also turns out that every twist and turn in Yuji's life was orchestrated by the body-hopping sorcerer Kenjaku in order to resurrect Sukuna and bring about the curse apocalypse.
In Yuji's eyes, something he was completely responsible for. And so, having failed his grandfather, Yuji's outlook shifted.
No longer would he fight to protect others, but to kill curses.
And after Sukuna hopped bodies into Yuji's best pal Megumi, the King of Curses became numero uno on Yuji's shit list.
Yuji's defeated powerful disaster curses like Hanami and Mahito, survived being slammed so hard he cratered the earth, and is comparable to sorcerers like Maki, who tanked getting rammed through entire mountain ranges.
Yuji also learned how to use super advanced abilities like reverse curse technique to heal himself from crazy damage, like getting his torso shredded into chili. Ugh.
And in some other sorcerers' cases, even regrowing lost limbs.
Though it takes a lot of energy to regenerate blood, so after going on a cursed object feeding frenzy, he learned how to manipulate his own blood to speed up his healing, or fire it like a blood beam. A poisonous blood beam.
All of that combined made Yuji just tough enough to finally take on the King of Curses, although greatly weakened after his victory against Gojo.
Rip. Literally.
Sukuna was still the de facto strongest being alive, but after hitting him with a Black Flash, Yuji actually copied Sukuna's main ability.
Gojo's plan all along.
This was Shrine. With it, Yuji can slice apart any surface he touches, an enemy's flesh, the ground beneath him, even the boundary between two souls.
So he gets Sukuna's powers, his own powers, his blood manipulation powers. What? Okay, so I understand that they're going off the manga here now. What can Denji do, if anything, against this arsenal, right? Like, I know Denji can heal a lot, like, just by consuming a little bit of blood, he can regenerate himself to an absurd amount, but neither one of these animes, I don't know anything about the manga for either one of these franchises. So I guess I'm interested to see how far Chainsaw Man goes, or Denji as a whole. A little sad, a bit of spoilers in this episode, I guess. I wasn't aware that all this happened with what's it called? JJK, but cool, I guess.
One body. Enough hits can even cause those two souls to separate.
Like a souped up version of his normal punches.
Even better, Yuji finally gained access to the most powerful weapon in any sorcerer's arsenal, a domain expansion.
Basically a pocket dimension created by the sorcerer where their ability will hit no matter what. No contact needed. If you're trapped in Yuji's domain, you're getting sliced to ribbons.
With all his power and training and righteous fury, Yuji severed Sukuna's soul from Megumi's body, freeing his friend from the demon's clutches. But not before offering Sukuna one last chance at redemption.
Which he rejected before dying because, well, evil. Leaving Yuji to grow into one of the most fearsome sorcerers in history.
Turns out the cursed objects that Yuji consumed made him part curse and slowed his aging to a crawl, giving him decades of training and battle experience.
He's mastered blood manipulation, can pull off black flashes at will, and shredded entire cities apart with Shrine. Just like Gojo and Sukuna before him, he became the strongest.
But what actually makes someone truly strong?
Let's see here. Surpassed Gojo, Nanami, and Sukuna's Black Flash records. Dodged piercing blood, withstood Mahito, creating him into the earth. What? Cratering him into the earth. Jeez, come on, English. Created a 4-mile wide dust explosion with dismantle. Kept on fighting with his liver pierced. Became a special grade sorcerer. Defeated Izo, Mahito, Higuruma, Sukuna. Okay.
For Sukuna, it was the power to stand alone atop all others. But to Yuji, it was the opposite.
The only reason he had survived as long as he had was because of the mercy and sacrifice of his friends.
So Yuji brought together friends and allies, new and old, to create a world eventually free from curses entirely, fulfilling not just Gojo's wish, but his grandfather's as well.
Because if Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong.
Okay.
Wiz, if there are two truths in this world,
This analysis contains spoilers for the entire Chainsaw Man manga. Okay, cool. Awesome. Love to see it. I know Chainsaw Man, I think, just wrapped up recently, and I've seen like 1 or 2 spoilers for it, but yeah, why not? Let's just rip the band-aid.
two universal constants, it's these. Life sucks and then you die.
Especially for the young boy, Denji.
Who was so poor and unlucky, he doesn't even know his last name.
With an alcoholic father forever indebted to the Yakuza, and a diet consisting of whatever garbage he could get his hands on, all Denji had in this world was his dog, Pochita.
Who happened to have a chainsaw sticking out of his face. Really putting the tear in Terrier.
Pochita wasn't an actual dog, obviously. He was a devil. Monstrous superpowered beings literally from hell that are created by and represent humanity's worst fears. In Pochita's case, literally the personification of chainsaws.
Oh, he's so cute. Who would be afraid of chainsaws? They're the most versatile tool in the world. Perfect for jumping trees, opening cans, massacring your foes.
Apparently, Pochita had no problem with that last part as he and Denji hunted down and killed his devil brethren.
It's a tough job, but when selling your testicles won't pay off your dad's debts, it'll do.
That is, until Denji was cornered and forced to learn about those 2 universal constants. Life sucks, and then you die.
But sometimes, if you're really unlucky, there's a third option.
Born from his and Pochita's contract, a literal deal with the devil, Pochita would become one with Denji's body in exchange for Denji to live a happy life.
And so the two fused into a half-human, half-devil hybrid, the Chainsaw Man, aka a one-man, blood-soaked devil-slaying machine. The perfect candidate for the public safety devil hunters, led by this piece of work. With nothing controlling him but his raging teenage hormones, Denji would battle all of devil kind in the hopes of one day getting laid.
And he was a natural.
Denji had the simplest goal of all.
At killing, not getting laid. As the Chainsaw Man, Denji can slice through just about anything and generate new chainsaws from any surface of his body.
Or swing him around on massively long chains. Oh man, that's so cool.
It helps that Denji is incredibly powerful, capable of lifting and throwing cars, surviving being blasted through several buildings, and moving way faster than the eye can see.
And if he happens to get torn apart by some ornery devil, no biggie, because he can regenerate from just about anything.
Denji has survived being sliced to pieces, having his head torn off, being dipped in demonic stomach acid for hours, and even getting his heart ripped out.
Haven't we all? Chainsaw Man didn't regenerate his heart. Oh no, his heart regenerated a Chainsaw Man.
Even separating Denji and Pochita won't stop them. When Denji was stuck in this alternate dimension, he and Pochita still possessed a metaphysical connection.
With their stomachs.
While his healing factor can be overtaxed, all he needs to do is drink some blood and he's back to full health.
And considering that chainsawing devils apart is basically an infinite blood exploit, he almost never runs out, only limited by the violence-induced psychotic frenzy he enters in combat.
Well, he's not actually crazy. Denji might be, okay, definitely is an under-socialized moron led by his dick, but he's surprisingly clever in combat.
Almost always thinking outside the box and coming up with so dumb they're brilliant strategies to take on devils that should be too strong for him.
In short, Denji was the perfect soldier and was rewarded for his efforts with something that began to resemble a happy life. Aki, the stern older brother, Power, the bratty younger sister, and Makima, his boss and the girl of his dreams.
All Denji had to do to finally score with that dead-eyed redhead was to kill the most fearsome devils in existence, like the Typhoon Devil who created a massive hurricane, or the Bomb Devil who could blow up most of a city, or the Gun Devil who could travel around the world and kill over 1 million people in about 5 minutes.
But plot twist, he had to kill Makima too, because she was secretly the Control Devil. Plot twist, he had to kill Makima too, because she was secretly the Control.
Not overly surprised by this, actually. I knew there was something about her. I didn't know it was that. Again, I didn't know much about the manga. Interesting. Yeah, they're dropping a lot of spoilers this episode, which, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Did I miss a spoiler warning in the beginning of this episode? I probably did. That's probably just for me. I'm just dumb. But, interesting.
Control Devil, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Okay. All right. Who are the other 3 then? I'm guessing it's the Gun Devil? Okay.
Everything she told Denji was a lie. The happy life he created, the family he made, all of it was designed to be torn down.
All with one goal, to force Denji to break his contract with Pochita and become her servant. Order 66ing every devil she didn't like. But when Denji did break, Pochita took over.
Now Pochi might...
Oh, hold on. While Denji and Pochita had been separated for extended periods, this was because Denji did not want to rejoin. Two can reunite much more quickly if they want
look
to.
cute and cuddly, but the Chainsaw Devil is one of the strongest and scariest dudes in the universe, capable of tearing through hordes of devil hybrids like nothing.
More than enough to give Denji his opening to beat Makima by cutting her up into sashimi and eating her whole. A very similar solution to the Chainsaw Devil's most powerful ability.
Okay, I'm not sure who these 4. I was gonna say, are these the 4 horsemen? But unless that is supposed to be Makima with the eye patch, I don't know.
Anything Pochita eats gets deleted from existence. Yeah, like it never happened.
Okay, this was the spoiler I was talking about. This is the only spoiler I knew about the manga for Chainsaw Man, is that if he ate a devil, they are erased from all existence. Like, they just don't exist, period.
Happened in the first place. World War II? Gone. AIDS? Nada. Nuclear frickin' bombs? A light tasty afternoon snack, thank you very much. Forgive me, chainsaws. I knew not your power.
He also ate the Death Devil. Yes, Denji ate death, which means no one on Earth could die.
Oh, you think
That doesn't seem possible? What? So nobody can die after that? So I have questions. I have questions for Chainsaw Man.
that's messed up? Let's talk about his next romance, Asa.
A sweet, shy, awkward girl, perhaps Denji's one true love, except for the fact that she shares a body with Makima's sister, Yoru, the War Devil.
Who herself is in love with the greatest warmonger of them all, the United States of America.
Damn it. Okay.
And Yoru was determined to use her love of the USA to drown the world in a ceaseless hurricane of blood.
Denji, buddy, you ever considered maybe switching to guys or something? Because every single woman you meet has tried to kill you.
It was in Denji's climactic battle with the War Devil that his and Pochita's bond finally matured, giving Denji full control of the Chainsaw Devil's power. A kind of Denji man, I guess.
Okay, let's see here. Lifted a car and large chunks of earth, dodged a spear traveling from the moon to earth, took a nuclear punch to the face, regenerated from just his heart, outwitted the aging devil, survived a sword strike containing the mass of Oregon? Sure, defeated Reze, Makima, Euro, Santa Claus, Denji, my guy. Okay, you know what? This fight's probably gonna be closer than I actually thought it was at first, because I was ignorant to the OP levels that both these mangas got to.
which he used to kick the War Devil's ass. And she was no joke, strong enough to shoot Pochita from across the globe with a near light speed 2-ton bullet from the goddamn Statue of Liberty. Better yet, Yoru was so powerful.
While most of Pochita's body was destroyed by the gun goddess's shot, he was incredibly low on blood and couldn't regenerate his arm. In the rematch with your Denji man was tough enough to block several of your strongest bangs.
She turned Oregon into a sword. Yes, the state of Oregon. Crumple the entire landmass into a blade, fly it over to Japan, and swing it at Denji. And he matched its power.
She also threw the American flag at him. The one on the moon.
Oh, jeez.
You know, the moon in space. In seconds. And he dodged it.
Went the whole world, literally.
All the weapons made by Euro, like the aquarium sword, contain the mass of the object or locale she has ownership of, giving her weapons gain power the more attachment she has to an object. The Oregon sword's power should exceed the Statue of Liberty bullet.
Really falling apart.
Sure.
Pochita realized that
I don't comprehend what I just read. I don't comprehend what any of that just meant.
becoming Chainsaw Man made Denji's dream for a normal life impossible.
Something Denji was always too stubborn and selfish to realize until it was too late.
So Pochita did what any good dog would do. Eat himself and erase the Chainsaw Devil from existence, creating a new world without him and leaving Denji just Denji.
But maybe all this time, Denji was enough. Being Chainsaw Man could not save his loved ones, but being Denji could.
Because sure, life sucks and then yeah, you'll die. But while you're stuck in between, chasing your dreams with your buds can help make life worth living. Alright, the battle's about to start, but first, pitch calls are back. Yep, hey, I'm Chad, the voice of Boomstick, and we've reopened Death Battle pitch calls on the Death Battle store. It's a way for you to meet with Ben and I, the creators of Death Battle, and pitch us your favorite matchup you always wanted to see over a video call.
That's right, a lot of the episodes we're working on right now are being made because of a pitch. But to give each pitch the time it needs, there is a limited number available.
So grab them quick before they're gone. Last time we sold out in just under an hour, which absolutely blew our minds.
Death Battle pitches are available right now on our website, deathbattle.gg. It's kind of like our own private Patreon with a bunch of extra stuff in every episode of Death Battle ever.
And if you're a website member, you get first dibs. First it'll be available to chroniclers, then archivists, and so on. Plus, members get a pretty sweet discount on the store, so it's a big deal.
Let's get to the battle, but don't forget to grab your pitch at deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay.
Oh, man. Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. This wasn't my fault. I've never felt such weird cursed energy like his before. Say your prayers.
I love that all the death battles are just pretty much like, hey, just, you know, if you put these two characters in front of each other, they're just going to want to fight. Like, that's just every single time. Very little reason now for them to just go to each other's throats.
You're a chainsaw curse? Oh, no! I'm the hero to all! Kicker of asses! Magnet to chicks! Half man, half devil! Chainsaw man! Let's finish this! Chainsaw instant death technique!
To be fair, that is Denji's ultimate secret technique.
Batter up, pink-haired punk-ass bitch! Wait for it. Ah. I realized you had two cursed energy sources in one body, so I separated them. Speaking of,
Oh man. You know what? They talked about what's his name? Itadori being able to do that. It didn't occur to me that he was gonna separate Denji from Chainsaw Dog. Pochita.
crap! Domain expansion.
You messed up, baby! Pochita and I are brothers! You'll never keep us apart! Domain expansion. Finally got you to stop moving! See? We can be smart too, huh?
Punk ass bitch.
Yo.
Shrine.
Yo, this is a crazy fight.
A human and a curse. Brothers. You don't see that every day.
All right, Pochita. I wonder if that burger place is still open.
KO!
I'm wondering if they're going to mention the fact that it seems like Denji could just take more hits, because when they were going over Denji's feats, it definitely seemed like Denji got hit by some pretty crazy powerful attacks. And I'm guessing that's the justification for his winning.
If Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong. Just not strong enough today.
Let's break this down into 4 chapters: their speed, skill, abilities, and power.
First off, who was faster?
Yuji's greatest speed feat is the Black Flash. In order to apply cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a strike, Yuji would have to move and react at over 900 times the speed of sound.
Insanely fast. But remember that time Denji dodged that flag that Yoru summoned from the moon? You know, the one that's over 200,000 miles away?
Considering Denji's position from start to impact, all while in the midst of a fast-paced battle, this must have happened in a matter of seconds.
We'll lowball it and say 10, though it'd probably have to be faster to use against Denji in a fight.
This means the flag must have been moving over 12% the speed of light.
Over 100 times faster than the Black Flash.
Now, Yuji has gotten significantly stronger since his adolescence, but we know for a fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen, relativistic speeds are something humanity has explicitly not yet achieved.
So it's pretty clear that Denji takes speed.
However, Yuji has made a career out of going up against enemies far out of his league by relying on his skill.
And what a career it's been! He defeated the King of Curses all before he was even an adult, and he continued to train and master his jujutsu techniques for decades.
Whereas Denji, while certainly a clever, unorthodox fighter, would often get by due to his sheer stubbornness and durability more than anything else.
With Yuji's greater experience and martial arts combined, he was definitely the more skilled fighter.
What wasn't as clear-cut was who had the better abilities.
Specifically, how well they can cut each other and how well they can heal from being cut. So I guess it's their cut ability.
Both could survive pretty insane wounds, though Denji's devil healing factor was superior.
The most Yuji has ever healed were some big slashes against his stomach.
And while other similarly powerful sorcerers like Gojo could regenerate lost limbs, Denji could regenerate almost all of his body from a single cord pull. That being said, Yuji's soul targeting attacks have done lasting damage against those with superior healing like Mahito.
Not just that, but literally splitting two souls apart. That's how he beat Sukuna, and he could potentially do the same thing to break apart Denji and Pochita.
However, it's not so simple. Sukuna was already severely weakened at the time, and it took Yuji several hits to separate him and Megumi.
And on top of that, even if Denji and Pochita were split up, we know they keep a metaphysical connection when apart. In fact, they were split up when they were fighting Makaba, and they had no problem rejoining. No reason they couldn't do it again here.
However, Denji's healing factor isn't unlimited. He'll need blood to heal eventually, and the range and speed of Yuji's slashes would force Denji to tank them to get up close.
Even if he could, Yuji's healing factor wouldn't last nearly as long against Denji's chainsaws. But then Yuji could back off, Denji chase him, and so on.
Like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, neither had a clear edge in ability.
So what it ultimately came down to was power. Who could do the most damage and wear the other guy down first?
Yuji slicing apart an entire city is one of the most impressive feats in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. By measuring the clouds of dust created in his attack's wake, we can estimate he launched over 5.5 million tons of debris into the air. That kind of force is equivalent to over 3 megatons of TNT, comparable to a hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, but Denji's literally been hit by things probably way, way bigger than this. So I think I'm right. I think it just came down to the fact that Itadori couldn't do enough damage to Denji.
But unfortunately for Yuji, while he could cut apart a city, Denji was Oregon level.
The state of Oregon is the
Oregon
ninth
level.
largest in the Union by total area, nearly 100,000 square miles. By estimating its volume, Yoru compressed a mass weighing over 750 trillion tons. One swing from that sword would hit with an energy of over 30,000 megatons of TNT.
Which is like 10,000 hydrogen bombs. And not only did Denji survive a swing, he straight up overpowered it. That's insanely strong, but not inconsistent. Like the time Yoru fired that globe-spanning near-light-speed bullet from the Statue of Liberty.
Sure, Yuji's citywide dismantle was done casually, but so was Yoru crumpling Oregon. Yuji's dismantles would need to be 1,000,000% stronger to do significant damage to Denji.
Especially with Denji's OP healing factor too.
Denji takes the final edge in power. All Denji needed was one good hit to finish the fight, and with his far greater speed, it was only a matter of time.
What can I say, Yuji? Denji's just got that dog in him.
The winner is Denji, the Chainsaw Man.
Next time on Death Battle.
Subscribe and join.
Yeah, the Sentry versus Superboy Prime. I don't know much about comics. Another series where I'm not gonna have a favorite here on this one, but I'm okay with that. 100% okay with that. Again, I'm really shocked at I guess the levels of power at the end of both of these mangas. But yeah, kind of cool that Denji takes a win on that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Not much more to say on this one, so yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.